Hey, I'm Cole Nora. I'm the 3D artist behind the greatestlarp.com fundraiser for Gitcoin public goods. And I want to make this video to do a couple of things. The first one is I want to go over what the LARP has been up to this point. The second piece is how you can get a 3D Moloch or a 3D ETH bot if you have one of the early ETH bots. And the last piece is just going to be what the final boss stage looks like, which we just unlocked today. And so feel free to jump around to the bookmarks that I'll have below. All right, so if you head over to greatestlarp.com, this is the original landing page. If you click join the LARP, you'll see we've got 5 levels. So in this first level that opened up about a month ago now, you're able to go in and read the comic. There's a whole PDF here. Goes through telling the story of Moloch versus ETHbot. And no spoilers, but things don't go well. And after reading through that, you're able to continue on to level 2. And this level was open for about 2 weeks, if I remember correctly. And at the time, there were 5 ETHbot statues. These are physical 3D printed ETHbot statues that were available. And then there are 300 digital ETHbot NFTs. At this point, 215 of them have been minted. And we needed 200 of those and 3 of the ETHbot statues to be minted before level 3 unlocks. Now, at the time, while this part of the auction was going on, I actually jumped in and also made a bunch of 3D versions of the ETHbots. Unfortunately, we only made 200 of the 300, so it was enough to help people out who were getting the first 200 of them, but those have already been purchased at this point. And if you have one of those first 200 ETHbots, you are able to go through the same process that I'm about to show you with the Molochs and get one of these 3D ETHbots. So this was level 2, and this took us a little while to get through, but we ended up raising, I think it was about 200,000 at that point for public goods. And once we got through that level, we got into level 3. So this is the same kind of thing with the Molochs this time. At this point, all of the 3D printed Moloch statues have been bought up. And just as of today, this is crazy. I think since last night, we've sold like 40 of these. So we just broke through the 200 level mark for the Molochs. And we also just deployed the 3D Moloch contract. So you are now able to get a 3D Moloch. So to get a 3D Moloch, you will need one of these digital Moloch NFTs. This is your ticket to get a free 3D Moloch. So in order to get that, you can skip all the steps here. This is the greatestlarp.com landing page. Just go to join the LARP. You can skip that first level, skip the second level, click mint here, and just go through the process of buying one. Holy cow, gas is cheap right now. Although the digital Molochs are getting more expensive, and they are priced on a curve. Again, all of this goes to fund public goods. So if you're looking at this at a later time, the price will only be going up at this point. I don't believe they're doing any more womp womps, which were lowering the price before. So you'll want to grab one of those. Then, since I already have a Moloch, I went into my Opensea collection here. And I can just jump in, click on one of my Molochs. What I want to go to is the details panel down here and grab this token ID. You can just click copy it and then jump to larpminter.com. Okay, so this is why I'm making the video, because there's a couple different websites. larpminter.com has 2 different tabs, so it might take you to the ETHbot side, but you want to make sure you're on the Moloch side. Once you're over here, you can scroll down, input that number, hit mint, And the cost of this is free besides gas. I will confirm that. And my transaction succeeded. Boom. So from here, I should have a 3D Moloch that's going to be coming up in my profile. And this can take a while to show up. It might take a while for it to show up in your collection at all. And then even once it does, the video, it might take a while for the metadata to actually sync up. So, I mean, this can take even hours sometimes, so don't freak out. If you do have any issues with it, you can always jump over to, going back a few websites, you can join in the Telegram on greatestlarp.com, and then you can just drop a note about any issues that you run into. It's also a really cool way to just get involved with what we're doing next and just meet other people who are in the public goods funding community. So from there, I'm going to jump ahead one more time. Hopefully this just syncs up and he actually shows up in here. I'll give it another second. So the final level that we just unlocked, we can hit this continue button. So this is on level 4 for the final boss. And you see this countdown that is going to the 6th. That is a community call that we have for the Moonshot Collective. All of this was brought to you by the Moonshot Collective, which is a work stream of Gitcoin DAO. And we'll be talking about some of the projects we're working on, but we'll also be kicking off the final fundraiser for this one-of-one NFT. And it's going to be a huge crowdfunding campaign. So we're all jumping into a party bid. All of those funds go to public goods, and they go to buy this final ETHBot versus Moloch NFT. And the final one-of-one NFT will be fractionalized and split up depending on how much you contributed to that final crowdfund. So cool way to just work with other people and coordinate and bring down this final Moloch. So that will all become available very soon. And again, if you want to follow this and anything else that we're up to, that Telegram right up here is a really, really good way to just get involved and stay up to date on all that alpha. So hopefully this helps clear some things up. If you have any questions, drop a comment, jump into that Telegram, and happy coordinating.